Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to the VoskCoin YouTube channel, home of everything crypto, but I mean, we're pretty competitive in the mining scene. Today we're going to be talking about this mining rig, and it's going to be a device that gets people pretty passionate. Originally retailing for about $800, but right now it's for sale for $700. I checked their site today. This is the Coinmine One. Before we jump into that, and I know people are going to have some strong opinions on this one, I do want to say there are two giveaways. One, thanks to an awesome furry donor out there, I want you to drop your Ethereum address as well as answer this one question. At what price point would you buy this mining rig? Would you buy it at the $700 it's for sale? Do you think that this is a $200 mining rig? And to answer that fully, you need to watch a little bit of the video. We're going to dive into this, exactly what is it, what does it do, what does it hash, power consumption, and all of that. And in addition to that, I did partner with Coinmine, who are going to give away one of these for free, right? Okay, so all you have to do is enter this Gleam giveaway, linked in the description of the video here below. And in full disclosure, I did get this miner for free, okay? And this giveaway is also for another, not the one I'm tearing apart today. Oops, did I spoil that? Another one, brand new from Coinmine, shipped. All no strings attached. All you have to do is follow my account and their account on Twitter. I mean, pretty easy giveaway, guys. And yeah, so I wasn't paid for this review, and just because I talk about something doesn't mean I'm gonna shill it. Okay, it's gonna be kind of the opposite. We're gonna dive into this device and see what's cool about it and what's not cool. As you can see, I already took it apart because curiosity was killing me. How could I do a review like this and not take the dang thing apart? It was pretty annoying to take apart, as you can see in these video clips that I'd pried apart and had glue on the side, and then it was encased in a metal design like this, so I had to unscrew that and take that off. And then finally we get to the guts of this machine, which, yes, it is powered by 1 gigabyte. The model, I'm sure, may vary on these devices. Gigabyte RX 580, 8 gigabyte. Saying gigabyte that much is annoying. I wish Gigabyte chose a name other than Gigabyte. That's just an annoying name to choose. That's like as if I made my name Blockchain. Like, hey guys, my name is Blockchain, and I've got some blockchains for you here today. That's just annoying. So let's get to this device. The Coinmine One is the model. Coinmine, brand one, this model. I guess because one GPU, or it's not their first one, I don't know. But it is just simply one. And that's spelled out, not the number. And this device is getting people passionate. I asked about it on the Discord, I asked about it on Twitter and Facebook, and a lot of people rip on this thing. And I understand it, I get it, I understand that point of view. We have created more mining rig build videos than most people here in the world, okay? So I'm all for building mining rigs, I get that, okay? But there's also a market of people who will never build a mining rig, but they may want to mine. There's also people who want a mining rig, but they do not want to maintain it. And there's also the people, believe it or not, I'm not one of them. I imagine if you're a subscriber to the channel, you're probably not either. But they want to mine. They want to say they're a miner, but they really don't want to do any of the work associated with it. And that's where devices like this come in. Okay, it's pre-built, pre-packaged, as you saw. And it's in this case. This case is glued, and it was, clamped together. You see this adhesive around the outside? This is not meant to be taken apart, and that's okay, okay? It's like an Apple device. You open that, oh, warranty voided. This thing has a 1-year warranty. Honestly, pretty cool. You go and you buy a miner from places like Bitmain or InnoSilicon, let me tell you, you ain't getting 1 year in that warranty, and you're lucky that thing arrives and does what it's supposed to day one, because if it does not, you're unlikely to even break even on the machine. Talked about that here on the channel before, but we're going to stay off the topic of ASIC mining, which are application-specific integrated circuit miners. Those are things like the Bitmain Ant miner again. Those are very different than what we're dealing with today. This is a GPU miner. It's a graphics card, okay? That's the kind of thing that you put in a gaming computer and you play Fortnite with your little 4-year-old friends, or however old you are if you play Fortnite. I think you have to be max age is 8 or something. Oh, did I trigger you? I'd say I'm sorry, but I'm not. Honestly, I was really intrigued to get inside of this device because everyone talks about it, but I haven't seen this thing unmasked. And I'm not saying I'm such a cool trendsetter. Oh, I'm VoskCoin, I'm the first to do it, man. No, I'm just saying I got one here and I did it, okay? I'm not saying the first, I'm not saying the best, but I am saying it's right here and I did do it. Honestly, the width of this thing is pretty slim. That's pretty cool. You see, this is a standard HDD hard drive, right? And we put this against it, and the hard drive is about 1/3 bigger than this device, okay? 1/3. So this is 2/3 the size of a standard computer hard drive. to enable to achieve that, they did use a PCIe riser so they could maintain that slim design. However, I understand why they did that, and I understand the form factor, and that may be more important to them. However, I would have liked to see, just stick it into the motherboard. There's only one PCIe slot on this motherboard, so don't be thinking that you're going to be expanding this rig out. This is a one and done rig. That's okay, because that's what this was designed to do and be. But this isn't going to be something that you get and you really tinker with. I mean, you're going to destroy it just opening it up. Trust me, this thing will never go back together the same, or even close. I'll be honest, I wasn't the most delicate when I was taking it apart, and it did get hung up a little bit when I was taking off one of the basically like dressy grills on the side, and yeah, it just snapped in half. But that's okay. It's got a grill inside of a grill. To be honest, I was overwhelmed by people's opinions on this device. They had a lot of things to say. But as always at VoskCoin, I like to try to stay as unbiased as I can and form my own opinion, but also look at this from multiple points of view. And I really think that that's something that I try to do that's a little bit different, to try to cut my bias out of things, to try to look at this from just, again, different points of view. For example, this device is cool in the fact that it's a pre-built mining rig backed by a company with their own custom operating system, okay? Name another company that does that right now. You can't. There are none. So they are the only one in their direct sector. And you're like, well, yeah, bro, I can build a rig cheaper. Then do it. Then build the rig. I'll make a guide for you. But like, if that's your argument, then you're just not their customer, and that's okay for you, and that's okay for them. Like, I would never buy this, but that doesn't mean that it's bad. It just means that it's not for me. There's some cars that I would never buy, but a lot of people buy them. It's okay. That car's for them. It's just not for me. And that's the thing with this mining rig. It's gonna be for some people and some people only. Again, I'm gonna say this again because I'm serious. I'm not shilling this. I'm being honest. This is the easiest mining rig I've ever set up in my life. And as you guys know here on the channel, I've set up a lot of mining rigs. So I got the thing. I plugged it in. It has built-in Wi-Fi, already a big plus. It connected to Wi-Fi pretty easily. I downloaded the app. It's on iPhone. It's on the Google App Store. I went ahead and downloaded it, and I got to choose what coin did I want to mine. I was like, well, all right, it's a RX 580. I'll just stick with a good old Ethereum. That makes sense. This thing is supposed to get about 30 mega hash a second, and that's what it's hashing away on. If I want to go ahead and change the coin I'm mining, all I have to do is click these three little dots there on the bottom, and then click on switch currencies and say like Grin is booming, right? Well, I'll go ahead and click that and then hold that and switching to Grin. And just like that, I am mining Grin. And to give them props again, when Grin hard forked, which we haven't made an updated video guide on yet, so sorry about that. Honestly, side note, I really don't think Grin's as awesome as a lot of people are shilling it out to be, but that's another day, another video. But they went ahead and they updated, the Grin miner in their, we got a little sound here to say, hey, it probably just happened. But so they updated in there, and people with this device were able to mine it pretty quickly after the hard fork happened. So that's because they have their own custom operating system and they're maintaining it. However, again, there's a 5% fee associated with that operating system. So please understand, everything in this world has a price, ladies and gentlemen. One thing I was really disappointed about, okay, this is a big con with the rig, is it states about 160 watts for the power usage of the rig. Well, here I am mining Ethereum, which I would say is the staple of GPU mining, even though it's plagued by ASICs, which is kind of blows my mind, probably yours too. But so we've got Ethereum, and it is the staple of mining, and I'd say it's what most of these will end up mining with an RX card in it. It's a card that excels on Ethereum, where it does not excel on some of the other cryptocurrencies. But anyway, my point is that when I was doing this, the entire rig was consuming 270 watts. That is a ton of wattage for one little GPU right there. You get that fine-tuned in a bigger rig. I mean, granted, the whole rig is going to use like 150-ish, maybe 200 watts, depending on, your components there. But you'll end up using, like 75, 80 watts for an RX card like that. So that is a very significantly higher power usage, one, than they stated on their FAQ, and two, just than you should have. Some things that could be contributing to that is just the fact that this power usage is based off the entire rig. So we have three exhaust fans right here. We've got those little guys. They're pushing air through. They're pretty quiet, by the way, which is pretty cool. They're, quieter than a fan in the room. This is something you could have anywhere. It could be in your bedroom. It'd be like your little noise machine. It could be in your living room. It could be in your basement. It could be anywhere. It's a little toasty, but all miners are to some extent. And again, it's just quiet, so that's a pro. But again, back to that con, power usage. It's because of all these fans. We've got a fan on the CPU. We've got a fan on the power supply. We've got 2 fans on the GPU. We've got 3 fans functioning as an exhaust fans on this rig. That is a lot of fanage, my friends. With all that in mind, it makes you wonder that this is not the most efficient power supply. It may have a small form factor, but again, it's not going to be like an EVGA Platinum power supply. Again, that is not the worst thing ever, but when it comes to efficiency, you end up burning a few more watts, which hurts your bottom dollar in a way that you'll feel on your next energy bill, not immediately as apparent. The moment that everyone in the audience has been waiting for. You're wondering, Vosk, are you going to touch on it? Are you going to talk about the profitability of this miner? Yes, we are. We're going to talk about the profitability, the expected return, which would be, some people call it ROI, your return on investment, or how much money you need to make to break even. Some kind of term that makes you sound like you're just a real good financial guy and you went the whole collage, right? Well, here's the deal, ladies and gentlemen. I got my handy dandy Apple notepad. It's like a notepad, but much more expensive. And wow, it looks really greasy. That's kind of gross. I'm a grease ball, I guess. So here's the deal. So if you got free power and you're mining with this thing, you're probably going to make about 52 cents a day. Again, with free power. That's going to be about $190 annually. I mean, you see the chart right here, right there. That's what I'm going to tell you right now. So after 4 years, you will more than break even on this device, assuming everything stays the same. Most people in cryptocurrency assume that cryptocurrency will go up in value as time progresses. If you bought in 2017 and you were hoping for that in all of 2018, you would happen to be wrong. But if you bought in 2018, depending when, or early 2019, and if you're in crypto right now, you may be right. So as always, you may be right or wrong. If you have an average electric rate in the US, I would say I have the average electric rate, and that's 12 cents per kilowatt hour. You could have more, you could have less. Basically run your electric bill and divide your kilowatt hours by what you're paying, and you can figure that out. With that, I lose 26 cents a day mining with this, and that's not good. I mean, I'm going to lose about $95 annually, and I'm going to lose about $380 over the next 4 years. That's not good. When you actually factor in just the power consumption of the GPU, you're much better off. Make basically a couple cents a day, which turns into a couple Satoshis a day, right? Which is what this whole app is built on. But here's the deal, the issue, is that it doesn't matter what your GPU uses in power consumption. It matters what your entire mining rig uses in power consumption. So if this uses 270 watts, I mean, I'm spending 270 watts to get one GPU hashing. It's why people build big rigs. It's why we've built 12-card mining rigs multiple times, because they're cool, they're dense. Honestly, it's just kind of like a feat, like an achievement. And you feel like, oh yeah, I got a 12 card, like, what's up, bro? It's like, I got like a V12 car engine too. But it's not all pros. I mean, you have 12 card, if some card on that messes it up, the whole rig goes down. I mean, that can be, depending what and when, that was like $10,000 you have invested that's just sitting there doing nothing, losing value. And yeah, that's never good. But anyway, the point is just, you judge it based off the whole rig's power consumption, not just the GPU. You fine tune with the GPUs on a rig, but you look at the whole rig power consumption. So this rig, again, it uses 270 watts per my kilowatt meter. And that's at the wall, that's real world, that's real world usage. Any way you slice it, this thing just does not shape up well for me. However, say you want to look fancy at your crypto startup, right? You got a crypto startup, you little ICO guy, and you got an office, and you got electric built in. Now this can look cool. It'll make money because power is free. Your cost is, more or less free there, other than the machine, obviously. So you can have it there. You can look trendy. You got the latest, Apple of miners, and basically costs you nothing to run. You buy this and you pay like 20 cents per kilowatt hour, which some people do pay that electric rate. You ain't gonna be sitting pretty, bruh. Not too well. We got this mining rig, the Apple of miners. It's kind of like a Yeti. That's why I'm wearing this shirt. See, the Yeti is a super cool cooler. It's nice, it's pretty, it's got a nice design, it's got curves, voluptuous, right? But it's more expensive. You could get your just classic George Foreman or basic cooler. You could go get a styrofoam one from 7-Eleven, go on a little fishing trip, that's cool. Or you could be like super awesome and get a Yeti. It depends what you want to spend. It's going to keep your drinks cold. How much is that worth to you? Really, I could drone on and on just talking about XYZ when it comes to mining. You guys know I'm pretty passionate about it. But I'll go ahead and sum this up and wrap this video review up of the Coinmine One and just a little bit more of my thoughts on the machine. So again, as I said earlier, this device was never made for someone like me. And if you're a subscriber of the channel, probably not someone like you, but it may be for you if you're viewing this video, you're just stumbled on this video or you Googled Coinmine One review. There's nothing wrong with this device. I can hear some people out there right now saying, "Oh, Vos, the price is wrong."
"Oh, Vos, the price is wrong."
I mean, look, man, if you want to go ahead and make one of these and sell it at a cheaper price point to compete with them, that'd be cool. I'm all for more mining rigs, more competition and stuff like that. But there's a lot that goes into it. I mean, they're a real business. They have an office. They pay legal fees. They did curate a unique design here. It's not necessarily how I may have designed it, but you can't deny that it's not pretty sleek. It's got a nice form factor. We're dealing with the Apple, okay? We're dealing with the Apple of mining, not the Linux. Ironically, I'm sure their operating system is based off of Linux. But again, it's the Apple. Look at the box. That is not a cheap box. It's a nice box. It's a nice packaging. It's a nice component. It works on Wi-Fi. That's a luxury, okay? Ethernet, that's normal. It's kind of expected with a miner. You can put this thing anywhere. That's cool. If I could create this perfect crypto world, right, I would put a mining rig in every house in the world, and we would have the most decentralized, global economy, currency, which would remove currency from the hands of governments and put it back into the people, decentralized on the blockchain, automated, no artificial inflation. No, they can't just print as many dollar bills as they want and say it's backed by gold, but it's not. Anyway, what I'm getting at is I would love to see a miner in every house. And if this device from this company gets more miners into more hands, I'm all for it, okay? I'm cool with that. If this, kind of setup means that more people than not will be mining, I'm cool with it. There's people out there who are never going to build a mining rig. They're just not. There's people out there who they're never going to maintain a mining rig. They may build it, but they're not going to maintain it. They're not going to want to go into it and download the new miner when it hard forks or deal with a wallet. Like, this builds in the wallet. This app, you can control it. It builds in the wallet and all that. In addition to everything I've talked about, they have a full Bitcoin Lightning node that's built into this, and apparently it's going to be ready by Q3, as well as some of the Lightning apps. So it's going to be a little bit more than a miner. It's going to be more like a miner and a node. So again, I'm not saying it justifies an $800 price tag, but again, what would you price it at if you were going to actually make it? Because when it comes to producing devices, fees add up quickly. Just think that they're paying taxes. If I could say anything, it would just be to support your fellow cryptocurrencies and your cryptocurrency businesses if they're not a total scam and full of BS and whatever. This operation, they're not bad. They're one of the better ones. And again, to say it again, I would never buy this. But that doesn't mean that it's not the right device for some people out there. It could be a cool gift. Wow, $800 could be a lot to me. Could be a lot to you. To some people, it's nothing. It's a joke. It's like, oh, I spent that yesterday and the day before and the day before. So maybe they'll get a bunch of these for their family as a Christmas gift because they got Bitcoin rich a couple years ago. I guess we missed that, right? Well, I don't know. Maybe you didn't, but I did. But, that's where stuff like this can be useful and cool and kind of just expose more people to cryptocurrency. At the end of the day, the more people that learn about cryptocurrency, the more people that can participate in cryptocurrency and mining is ultimately better. And if this device helps that, I think it's cool. Again, if you hate me and the channel because I didn't hate on this thing because it's an $800 one GPU mining rig, then I don't know, man. Maybe you should take a look in the mirror because cryptocurrency, it's about being welcoming and spreading it and saying like, hey, this stuff's really cool. I'm not going to shove it down your throat. I'm just going to explain some logical ways as why it's simply better. All I'm saying is I'd much rather take one Bitcoin over $1, and I think you'd agree. But there was a time when that wasn't the case. So with all that said, guys, I hope you enjoyed the review of the Coinmine One. Again, just to say it again, I made $0 for this, okay? They sent me this for free, but I did not make $1 on this video. I just thought it was a cool device, and I like to bring this stuff, this kind of content to you, and just, for whatever it's worth. So, with all that said, whoa, turned it off. You're all awesome. I appreciate you watching. Please smash the thumbs up. Again, leave a comment. Let me know what you think. And I'll see y'all next time. Thanks for watching. Did I already say that? Thanks for watching. I'll just keep saying it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching. Whoa.
I'll be holding